The countdown pops up for me at 2. You gotta go, man.
Shit. Let me shut
Reload
this
this
down.
dumb shit. Give it a minute for people to get on. Send out the
There we
invite
go.
to the show. Yeah, no, it's not made for kids. You always ask me that. I always say no. Copy the clipboard. I get out of this shit now. Diaz broke my stuff.
Wasn't me.
Sounds about right.
Like, how the... God damn it, Diaz.
What did I do?
No, to message you, there we go. Figured it out. To message you, I have to actually go to like my business page for collectors. So I don't know really how to get out of that once I'm in it to get back to my normal profile.
I know Facebook makes it hard
I
switching back
figured
and
it out.
forth.
I'm back. All right, there we go. One of these days, I'll figure out what I'm doing. Probably not, but maybe. Stop going to Meta Business. God damn it. Well,
What's
you know
that
what?
humming?
Probably somebody's phone vibrating. Business, out of Meta Business. God damn it. That's why. There we go. Back to this one. Done being bitches. There we go. Fixed it. Okay, cool. So let's get this shit going. Somebody's already in the chat, apparently.
Yeah, it was
It's
me.
you talking shit. There ain't no. God damn it. So
Nobody's talking to
collector
anybody
side
at
notes. The weekly podcast where we get together, talk shit about different random pop culture topics, different genres of just the collecting world, whether it be video games, movies, toys, collectibles, once in a while comic books, and anything else that comes up in conversation. It's really just a place for us to get together, get away from the real world, and just hang out with some friends and talk shit and have a good time. This evening, I am joined by, as usual, Psycho. How you doing, man? Thank you.
Doing well. Good to be back and not be sick.
I mean, you could be sick.
No, being sick sucked.
To most, but imagine there's some sick psychopath out there who's like, ooh, I enjoy being like Eminem's mom. Didn't she like make him sick? Like, I feel like that's a thing. Right? Wasn't that a thing? And like that one girl whose mom did it to her and then she like killed her mom. Like that was a thing too. Made him sick.
Maybe.
All right, so cool. So I guess I'm the only one who keeps up with pop culture of parents keeping their kids sick, apparently. And we also got Diaz in the house. Thank you for joining us today, man. How you doing?
Doing great. Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I appreciate you being able to come on in. We were supposed to have a few other guests this evening, and one I believe is sick. And Victor was supposed to be joining us tonight, but he's not feeling up 100%, so he can't be on, can't speak right. And then some Cuban guy was supposed to be here, but some Cuban guy does what some Cuban guy does, and he kind of just didn't show up. So he got busy doing other whatever it is that Cuban guys be doing. So true. I don't know what's so true, but thank you for being here, Hot Squid Summer. I agree, though. So true. So this evening's topic, we're touching on video games, and anybody who's just joining in, we're going to be talking about kind of the increasing cost of video games. Some people think it's gone wild. I don't know if it's really gone as crazy as people think it has, because it kind of seems like, compared to what video games used to be to what it is now, it kind of seems on par to what you'd expect inflation and shit to kind of put them at. But let's do it. Psycho, this was your topic, and you're the person I know who games the most, so
yeah,
it affects you the most.
So, I mean, we'll start with the easy one, I guess, which is, again, this idea that gaming is just getting more and more expensive. And to address your comment, yeah, I mean, everything is going up, and maybe gaming is not getting as expensive as people are claiming it is, but it's very hard to get around the fact that all these companies are raising their prices, right? They already raised their prices, and now they all just announced recently that they're raising their prices again. And so what's frustrating about that is originally when the price increases were announced, it was because of tariffs, right? It's like, okay, well, tariff pricing is kicking in. We're not going to pay these costs. We're sending them on to the consumer. But the Supreme Court has already said those tariffs are unconstitutional, and the tariffs that were in place have now been dropped down to 10% max, right? So the increase in costs from last summer are still kind of covering that. And now all of the companies have recently announced that they're going to be raising the prices again. The most recent announcement came from Nintendo, who will begin raising the price of the Nintendo Switch 2 September 1st.
So what's the price going up to?
It's going up $50. So I think
So,
the console. I think the console itself now is going to be 500 instead of the bundle with a game.
what's going on, Adam? So just to kind of, I guess when we're talking price, right?
Yeah.
And I know your price is going up,
Yep.
and like you said, everything's going up across the board. Now the companies use the tariffs as an excuse, right? And I'm trying to not get on the political side, so we'll just keep it tariffs was the issue, the
Yep.
reason for it, right? But just a quick Google search as to what costs were years ago versus now.
Yeah.
Apparently, when the NES was originally released, it was priced between $149.99 and $199.99 for the NES. When you compare that in 1985 to today's numbers, today would be the equivalent of $460. So I don't know if it's, at least for on Nintendo side, if they've gone that far out of line when it comes to pricing. I feel like they've gone with almost the normal steps of everything else over the years. Does that make sense? Like they haven't. It's
It
not like they're like, "Hey
does.
guys, guess what? You got to pay $1,000." Like, all right, calm down, guys. Like you're insane right now.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
500 seems to be right on par where they should be.
yeah. I mean, what you're saying makes sense, but there's a couple things to take into consideration, right? So, when you brought up the cost of the NES, if we deal with inflation directly, then we have to acknowledge that everything would be way more expensive now, right? The reason that people are complaining about the price hikes now is because people are already finding themselves in a situation where it's incredibly difficult to afford being alive, right? Like everything has gone up in price. And so when you look back at the time when the NES was what it cost, people were still able to, pay rent, buy food, buy gas, take care of their family and everything else. And so when you add inflation to that, yes, the cost would be significantly higher. The problem is that the salary people are making has not risen commensurately with inflation.
Yeah,
What I'm
but
talking
that's
about,
not the fault of the
no,
company.
no, it's not. But what I'm talking about now specifically um, is the let's look at the PlayStation 5, right? So when the PlayStation 5 released, it was 2020, I believe, is when the PlayStation 5 came out, 2020. And it launched at 400 for the digital edition and 500 for the disc edition, right? In 2025, last year, right around summertime, Sony raised the prices of each edition $50. So the digital edition went to 450 and the disc version went to 550. And that doesn't sound that unreasonable, right? Like that's not that unreasonable at all. $50 is $50. Things were going up, you could kind of get it.
I wish I only spent $30 on half a tank.
So it's like you kind of get it. The problem is that within a year, right? Not even a full calendar year, Sony then decided to raise the prices even further. So the digital edition now is going to be $600. So that's going up $150. The physical, like the disc edition, is going up to $650. So it's going up $100. So within the span of a year, one version of their console went up $150 and the other version of their console went up $200. And we're talking about prices going up at a time when people can't afford to take care of basic necessities. And that's
Right.
why people are complaining.
Well, I mean, they can complain about that all they want, but that's not a game problem, right? So, what's the current price of a new PlayStation?
So if you were to buy the PlayStation 5 right now, the disc version, it's $650, or the digital version is $600. But the thing
So,
that's crazy
oh,
is
okay.
they also have the PS5 Pro. And when that was announced, it was announced at $700 and people were like, "Wow, that's absolutely too expensive for a console. What are you thinking?" And now that console is $900.
So, Now is that 900 retail? That's what they're or
Yes,
what they're fetching. Okay.
900 retail.
So now again, and I'm just going over the facts, right? Because obviously, like I said, when it comes to the inflation side of it and the price of the gaming, the companies themselves, they can take a loss where they can adjust prices, but if they just go on the growth of the inflation over the years, they're just following the trend like everybody else kind of follows the trend. So just an example, 1995, the original PlayStation was $299. In today's money, that'd be $653. So that's still on par with inflation. Like they have it now 900. That's high. That's more than the average. You know what I mean? But just for the normal system, at 650, the other one at 600, that's on par. And it's not just games. Like you said, it's like, oh, because of this, when you look at the original toys, because obviously it's our world of collectibles, right? So I'm staying within our realm. But the original fucking Turtles, when they came out in 1990, the original toys were $4 and change, right? And if you look at it now, the same remake Turtles that they're doing where they just did Scale Tail, the original re-releases. They were originally $4, 450 around there, and now they'd be around 10 to 11. In store, they're like 12 to 14 depending on where you find them.
Yeah.
It's like it's all kind of leveled, it's all kind of there. So the wild card that you're saying is with how everything else and the wages haven't gone, because as we know, wages here and inflation's going like this, like it's not keeping up.
But
And
what I'm
that's
saying is,
you can't expect the company to be like, well, guys, everything we need to make it's gone up. We're going to keep the prices down because like they're not going to do that.
the problem is things are not going up commensurately, is what I'm saying, right? So within a year, you have a console go up $200. Inflation has not gone up that high in that same year period. Inflation has not gone up that high. So
So,
how are
but what I'm saying is
you spending
current.
I got an answer for that. The issue we having an issue right now in this year of RAM shortage.
Yes.
That is driving up all electronics that use RAM because there's a surge of RAM for I think AI centers or something.
Yes, for
They
data centers,
buying all the RAM in bulk.
Yep.
So
What's going on, Joe?
the prices have surged
What's up, Ghost?
500% on those. I used to buy there's some like third party little consoles, and those are small companies have gone out of business because they can't get the RAM. It's not feasible to sell like handheld for $200 if the RAM costs $300.
Yes. Yeah.
So and that's factoring in these consoles because technology usually once past the years it gets cheaper to make. Like you can get a 55-inch TV for $400 or less.
I went to Walmart the other day. They had a fucking stack of TVs. I think they're like 64-inch or some shit. It was a wall. There was probably 75 TVs just stacked like a goddamn wall from fucking like 4 aisles in the middle, just fucking insane. Like, what the? Like, no, we're just using these as Legos right now because we got so fucking many of them. It's insane.
Yeah.
But no, like you said, with the RAM, right? But even then, when they release these systems, so say the PlayStation, right? You release a PlayStation system right now, it came out 5 years ago, right? Just as an example. And it's lasting until the next system comes out. So obviously the inflation doesn't really affect what came out 5 years ago because we're still kind of keeping that price. Then when the new one, they have to jump quick because now they've got so many years that they haven't jump price because it's an older system they're still selling. Now the new system they have to raise the price. So you see like, oh, it's a $200 jump, but when you look at the actual numbers, it's on par.
Yeah, I just think that we're in a very dangerous place right now for video games, right? With them
But
getting
it's not the company's problem. Oh, it's their problem, but it's not their fault.
Yeah, I mean, it's their problem because if people can't afford to buy their games, eventually they're not going to be making games, right? And
It's a problem for them, but it's not a problem caused by them.
yeah, but I mean, the thing is, I think there's going to be a lot of telling on where the video game industry is headed when GTA 6 comes out. If GTA 6 does phenomenally well and everybody's buying it and all these different collector's editions and everything are selling really well, then things are fine. And if they don't, then people are in a lot of trouble, right? People are in a lot of trouble, especially considering you have GTA 6 allegedly releasing sometime this year, right? Which is 13 years after GTA 5 released.
Jesus.
So the game has been in development for 15 years. And they already said years ago, before any of this stuff started, that when GTA 6 came out, they were planning to price the base edition of the game at $100 because of how much time and effort and money have gone into it.
That's
Now,
wild.
yeah, I mean the base game, the by itself is going to be $100, and there are some versions, because there have been a lot of rumors on pre-orders and stuff that are happening. There allegedly there's a version of the game that's going to cost $250.
Whoa.
And so,
I mean, they've done shit like that. Like even back with PlayStation 2, there were special editions you could have gotten for
yeah,
150,
with
right? But they came
time
with like a
statue,
statue,
yeah.
a bunch of like dumb shit, but
But the
it's
problem
not
is,
unheard of.
what I'm saying is, like, the issue is going to be, how well do these things sell? If they sell well, then everything is fine, and if they don't, then there's going to be trouble. I mean, billions of dollars have been invested into GTA 6, and so we'll see.
But you can say that for any company on any product that they're releasing new, right? Like if they fucking drop this new item and it doesn't sell well, it's going to be problems because millions go into it for development, right?
I mean, I don't think that that's accurate for the video game industry as much as it is for some other industries, right? So look at the PSP. There are people who liked it. There are people who owned it. I had one for a while, but ultimately it was a failure, right? It absolutely was a failure of a console, and Sony lost a lot of money on it. Was perfectly fine. Then
because they have padding of the PlayStation, just like Nintendo. Even though they don't do it here, but it's notorious that over in Japan, Nintendo loses money on the entertainment systems. They make all their money off of all the other products that Nintendo sells because a lot of people don't realize that Nintendo over there like makes lamps. Like they don't make video game stuff. Like they are just a company that produces. They just have the NES, which is the Nintendo Entertainment System, that they lose money on over there continuously, but they do it because they know that the fans want it and they know that they're okay with all the other products that they make, that they don't have to worry about it if they lose money on the Nintendo system. Here, they're like, no, fuck you, give me all your money.
But so, it wasn't just the PSP, right? The PS Vita came out, did the same thing. And then Sony recently launched the PlayStation Portal, and that one is also bombing, right? The prices on that are going down because it wasn't what people wanted. And so you have this downward trend for games. So, like, the Xbox consoles aren't really selling. The PlayStation, the PS5 hasn't really been selling. It's not living up to expectations. The PS Portal hasn't been selling. The Nintendo Switch 2 has sold, but didn't sell as much as the Switch 1 did in the same time period. And a lot of people, when they're being polled about these things, are saying it's too expensive. It's too expensive to get in this hobby and stay in this hobby.
Here's the question. Now, is it that it's too expensive to get in and stay in this hobby? Or is there the underlining reality of when you go from the NES to the SNES, there was a huge jump in graphics, game. There was a big jump.
Yeah.
SNES to N64, big jump. GameCube, big jump. Then you got after that? You get the Wii after that, right?
Yep. Downgrade.
Huge jump. Maybe not graphic wise. I mean, definitely graphic wise, but I mean playability wise, something insane, something different. Same thing. PlayStation 1 to put big jumps. But now, when you're looking at Xbox and PlayStation, there's jumps, but are they big enough in the right way that people care? Like, when I see the games that came out for the Xbox S, that's the newest version of Xbox currently, right? The Series
X, yeah.
Whatever the fuck. When I see it, I'm like, I don't see enough of a change that I'm like, yo, I need to get a new system. There's a couple games I want to play, but I'm not going to fucking buy a $600 system to play Borderlands 4. Like, I'm just not going to do that. But I don't see a huge enough jump in the hardware that makes me want to buy a new system. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I've been out of the
They could be running that now. People are like, yo, I have the PlayStation, the newest PlayStation. Okay, this is an upgraded version, but is it enough of an upgrade for me to drop another? In this case, if you want the digital, whatever, $900, is it enough of a fucking change?
But
It
see,
might not be enough of a change because we might be at that point with video games. It's like almost a plateau of what they can really offer versus what, say, PC can keep going up.
but see, and that's what I'm getting at, right? It's, are they pricing themselves out? So you made some really good points which speak to what my argument is, which is the fact that you had an Xbox 360, you had an Xbox One,
I
you
have,
did
yeah.
not you did not upgrade, right? And so a lot of people are doing that. So think about how sales went the last several generations. A lot of people bought the PlayStation 3. And then when they released the PlayStation 3 Slim, a lot of people bought that one, right?
Okay.
And with the Xbox, a lot of people bought the 360. Then when the Elite was announced and released, a ton of people bought that, including people who already had the regular one. And then when Xbox is like, oh, wait a second, we're going to do the Xbox 360 Slim, and then they redesigned it, a ton of people were like, all right, the hell with that. We're buying the new one too. That's not happening, right? You had the PlayStation 5, and some people bought it, some people didn't. And then they redid it to be the PlayStation 5 Slim. Almost nobody's buying it. People aren't buying the PlayStation Pro, and the same shit is happening with the Xbox.
But see, with that, I think what you're running into is that is the mindset of the person, right? Obviously, price is that you can't ignore price. And like you said, with the cost of everything else and the wages not going, price becomes a huge factor. But like I said, it's not a factor caused by the gaming companies, it's caused by life, right?
Yes.
And the way income and pay is fucked. But also at the same time, I think a lot of people start realizing that unless you're an avid collector, the way I have every goddamn Predator NECA's ever made, even though a lot of them are the same fucking Predator, just with a little bit of a difference. I'm an avid collector. You have those avid video game collectors.
Yep. I'm
but,
one for Nintendo stuff. Absolutely. Yeah.
But I think that you're running into a lot of people when it comes down to the pricing because of everything else and the lack of funds and income going up to match it. They're like, yo, it's one thing to buy every $20 action figure versus every six, seven, $800 console, right? That'd be like if I was like, hey, I'm gonna buy every Hot Toys ever and they're $300 a piece. Okay, I'm gonna feel that. I'm gonna ease up on that. $20 I can do, you know?
Yeah.
But like I said, even then, it's a problem for the gaming community and for the video game companies. But it's not going to be. It's like I said, it's not a self-created problem. It's a
No, and I'm not suggesting it's a self-created problem. What I'm saying is it's a problem nonetheless, and they're going to need to deal with it.
well, except for PlayStation, because going up to $900 is insane.
They're going to have to deal with it because we're dealing with an industry that's already had one collapse, historic collapse, right? Where people are like, "Yep, can't do this anymore. Can't play these games. Can't buy this stuff." And the video game industry crashed for almost 10 years.
Fuck that happened.
When the Atari first came out
Okay,
in the 70s,
got you. So
right,
before I was born, I thought it
yeah.
was something recent. I'm like, hold on, what?
Talking
No,
about
yeah,
I'm
when
like, what the
Atari
fuck
came
happened?
out, and then it just, things were good, and then they started getting real bad, and then it wasn't until the NES was released that the game industry started showing life again and picking up.
But that was also because the NES changed games, right?
Yes, it did. Yeah.
yes.
It was a huge step of something different. They had that, which they lack now. That's why Nintendo. I mean, I can't say that's why, but that's why I see Nintendo every time they release a system now. It's not like, oh, we got a better graphics card, we got better this, we got better. It's a new way to play. We had the one way Switch, you had a completely different gameplay way, which people could be like, oh, that's different. I want to get that. Versus PlayStation, it's all the same controllers, it's all the same shit like that. For somebody like me, even Xbox One, I didn't even buy that until years after it had been out already, and I got it on sale, right? Because I wanted it for a few games I wanted to play, and then upgrade to the new system because there's only one game I'd really be interested in playing right now. And like I said, I'm not buying a new system to play one game. I'll just live without playing Borderlands 4.
Yeah.
That's just, it is what it is.
But see,
I
if you
feel
had
that,
money or the console was cheaper, that might not be the same answer you give.
I mean, the console has been cheaper. It's been on sale, right? It's been on sale, and I'm just like, I'm still not going for it because, and it, you could absolutely say if I could find it for $100, would I buy it? Most likely, right? If it was anything was cheap enough, I would buy it. But I'm not gonna sit there and spend $150, $200. Like in my mind now, as I've grown, it's like, oh, I'm gonna spend even $200. I'm gonna spend $200. The game is only $30 in Walmart, so it's all right. It's a cheaper game right now, but still, I'm still then paying 230 plus tax to play this fucking game. It's like, oh, I got other shit I could do with that. Like,
Yeah.
like, like if I bought
And
that, if I bought that,
games
I
now.
couldn't buy this big ass monstrosity because I bought a
That's
fucking
awesome.
Xbox, right? Like I need this more than an Xbox because I'm stupid.
Another thing of modern games is that there's a lack of value because a lot of the games are not complete. They keep jamming these updates and DLCs and all this. Like not back in the day, you buy your disc, you buy your cartridge, you
And
have a
that's it.
complete game.
Yeah.
Now it depends on all those updates,
And
and
the only
it sucks because it's extra money because you pay a game, let's say $59. Then it's like every 3 months you get a new DLC. It's like 10-15 bucks extra.
So, so I don't correct me if I'm wrong, or if I'm off base. I think one of the issues I have that I noticed even with the Xbox One is that instead of just being able to put a fucking disc in and play a game, I have to download it. I have to load it onto the hard drive, and it takes up space,
Yep.
right? And it's not like I have, oh, I don't know, just for shits and giggles. Say I had a 1 terabyte hard drive in my Xbox One, right?
Okay.
Huge in the world of that, but in the world of gaming, that's not that big. Because like one game could take 100 gigs, right? And it's like shit, it's a quarter gone. Like what the fuck? So then like those games and having you make you do it that way limits how much you can actually play because then you have to remove shit and then put other games on, and that could be a very big turnoff for customers. Like, yo, why? Like, you're limiting how much I can play, unless I buy. Do they sell like extended storage for these fucking things? Like, you could
You,
buy another terabyte and just swap out the terabyte to play different
you can't
games.
swap it out. You plug it in.
Okay, whatever. But like, that's just a fucking hassle.
Yeah.
If I was now, I maybe it's possible, maybe it's not. Maybe they've thought about it. Maybe it's not possible because they've thought about it. They can't do it. But I'm honestly surprised, and this is where I think it is possible. They're just being bastards because computers do it. Give me a PlayStation or an Xbox and let me upgrade it myself as I can, as I need.
Well,
Like, go good.
so that's what Microsoft has been talking about. So before Phil Spencer stepped down as head of Microsoft recently, they were all saying that the Xbox Series X would be the last traditional style Xbox, and the next version of the Xbox is going to be more like a PC where you buy into it and then you can upgrade it as time goes on instead of having that 6 or 7 year window of the console being relevant. You would have the opportunity to like open it and kind of upgrade and exchange parts as things got better.
Okay,
Now,
because I can remember
with the new president in charge, like we have no idea what's going on, but that was something that they were talking about before.
Gotcha. Because I can remember back when I was a kid, my dad, he still plays computer games. But I can remember him going and getting a game, and then we go to load it in, and you read on the back, like, oh, he doesn't have the right video card. He doesn't have the right RAM. He doesn't have the right this or that. And then he's right back off to Circuit City or wherever and buying the ones he needed to upgrade. Like, if you told me I could take my Xbox One apart, pop in this one thing I need to upgrade so I could play Borderlands 4, and it might cost me $60 to get that upgraded piece to put in, I'd do that. right? Okay, I'll do a small upgrade so I can play that game. I don't need the upgrade that allows me to run GTA 6 and what it's going to be doing. I don't need that high of an upgrade, but let me get the upgrade so I could do Borderlands 4. I'd pay for that and continue on. I think that's where, if video games see the decline in the purchasing, or the consoles companies see the decline in purchasing, I think that's where they really need to focus on, is allowing people to physically upgrade it themselves, their systems they got, to where they can get to that point. Because then, these video games, they love microtransactions. They can microtransaction the shit out of people for small parts to upgrade their system.
Yeah, I mean, it brings two things to mind for me. The first one is just how right Nintendo was back in 2006, right? When Nintendo announced the Wii, and the Wii was not graphically on par with the
His dad.
Oh.
Pouring out for my fallen brother.
with the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. And everybody's like, oh, this is the end of Nintendo. And Nintendo's like, listen, the road that PlayStation and Xbox are traveling down only ends in one spot, with us hitting a wall of graphical capability and everything being incredibly expensive. So instead, and this is to your point that you brought up before, Nintendo's like, we're going to focus on innovation. We're going to focus on new ways to play games. And 20 years later, Nintendo was right. What do we have? We have incremental steps, because the difference between the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox One, or rather 1X, and then the Series X, are not what the jumps used to be between consoles. It's because we're reaching the point where you can't get any better.
That's what I'm saying. You're at that plateau, kind of, when it comes to what they could offer.
But then the other thing that comes to mind is, there's a reason why I'm not a PC gamer. There's a very specific reason why I'm not a PC gamer, and Joe said something about it earlier. Everybody that I talk to, whether it be Cuban Guy, whether it be my brother, whether it be Victor, anybody I know that plays PC games, always talk about how much it sucks to buy a new graphic card, how much you got to do this every time new games come out. And I don't see it, right? Like, way too expensive.
So that is a accurate statement when it comes to that. But at the same time, that's where you have options, right? And I guarantee you, they probably wouldn't do many options like you could in the computer world, because you have all these different manufacturers for computer parts that give you different options. So if you know the game you want to play requires at least this amount, then you just buy the one you need for your game, right? Now, if you want to play 6 different games and they all require different, then you're like, all right, you're gonna kind of fuck. You have to buy the biggest, highest one you can get. But if you know that you just need to go to this level, just buy the one there and you're good.
But you're only for a couple of months and then you're screwed. And then you got to buy another one.
Well, not necessarily. Not if you're continuing the same, unless they do some stupid update in the system that fucks your system up, that you need to go higher, then yes. But a lot of PC games, they kind of leave it where it's at. Now, when a new version of a game comes out, they might up the frames per second, all that shit, that you might have to go up. But that's a different case. Like my dad, he replaced his graphics card probably every 3 years, because the game he was playing never increased till a new version of that game came out. Then he had to step up a little bit, right? But he also wasn't going insane on games that required realistic graphics.
Also, you can tweak the software in the games to require less higher
You can
graphics.
turn it down. Like I don't need my
You
game
can
to
turn
look
it down.
like me playing. I can go a little softer on the realism, and it changes it for you.
So it's like, I'm into my game setup for a pretty penny when you consider everything, right? So like, I'm not gonna consider the surround sound system, because you don't need that to play the game. But because I don't really go anywhere, because I, don't take lavish vacations every month like some people in this podcast.
What the fuck? I haven't been on a vacation in a year.
I don't have 8 cars at my home that I own simultaneously, right?
Diaz, how many cars you got?
It allows me a little bit of freedom. So I have a really nice TV. I have an 8K TV. It's 240 refresh rate. It's got full array lighting. So it's the top of the line TV that I could buy last year, and it's an 85-inch TV. I have a big wall space, so I wanted a nice TV. And then I have an Xbox Series X, which I bought on launch, and it cost me $500. I run games, and they look absolutely amazing. But if I were running a PC, it's what, $1,500 to build your own PC?
If you want, I mean, even top of the line stuff, you could probably reach the 2000s.
But then, like, I hear people like Victor and my brother say, somebody told me recently they spent like $4,000 on a graphic card, and I don't remember who it was that said that, but it's like, that's ridiculous. And they had just replaced it 3 years before. So it's like, why are you spending that kind of money?
Yeah, but they're buying like the Ferrari of graphic cards
Because they
right?
want to run their games at the highest level, which again, I'm able to do with the TV that I have and with the console I bought 6 years ago. You know what I mean? But I'm not paying $4,000 every 3 years. Like, that's absolutely insane.
But a lot of that too, you can still get really good ones at a lower price. You don't have to buy Ferrari. If you need to buy a Pinto, you can buy a Pinto, right? Like, you don't have to fucking buy the Ferrari one. Some people do, and that also becomes a brand thing. You know, the whole, oh, do you buy DeWalt or Milwaukee or fucking Ryobi, right?
Yeah.
You don't need to buy Milwaukee. You could buy Ryobi because it's for your general what you need. Like, it becomes brand loyalty and all that bullshit. Like, but no, they can get expensive. But also, people who buy and build computers like that are using them for a lot more at times than just one video game, right? They're using it for other business reasons. Like, there's a reason it's there, but also, like the shit that we're into, it can become a very addictive hobby.
Yeah.
And that's a whole different mental idiocracy that we have.
But I mean, I worry specifically about the cost of gaming because it is one of the things that I enjoy doing in my life, and I've been doing it most of my life. And it's definitely reaching the point where I have to consider what I can and can't do. If the new Xbox and the new PlayStation come out in the next year or two, which that's what the rumor is, because we're already both the PS5 and the Series X came out in 2020. This November will be 6 years. We're right on the cusp of them changing it, right? If those drop at $1,000, which we mentioned on this podcast a few months ago,
that's wild, right? But yes.
Or before Sony announced that they were pushing the PS5 Pro to 900, it was 700, and we're like, listen, the next game console to come out could be $1,000. Now it looks like the next game console that comes out could be $1,200.
Yeah, Cuban,
I'm out.
Cuban predicted that it would possibly be $1,000 for the next Sony system. And considering, like you said, if their hard drivers, whatever the fuck it was, that he says up to 900 now. And like we were saying before, with the level of inflation and the rate of inflation, that jumps over the rate that it's supposed to be going, right? So that is insane to jump like that. Then they are absolutely outpricing themselves on everything. Whereas Nintendo, their jumping is just kind of keeping pace. But that would be wild, and it can be a detriment to them because outside of, I guess, movies, and I think they still do TVs and shit. So I guess they probably won't. It won't hurt them. It's not like Playmates losing Ninja Turtles, where apparently that's like 70% of their income. I don't think Sony's that worried about, oh, they might lose their company if the system fails, but it's still not a good look.
I mean, and I know we mentioned this in our group chat with our friends, and some Cuban guy was like, oh, stop defending Nintendo when they're raising prices. And I was just trying to say, listen, Sony announces a price hike, and it's effective 4 days from the announcement, right? Like, hey, 4 days, the price is going up, deal with it. Nintendo's like, listen, it's the beginning of May. In September, we are raising the console $50. You have all of May, all of June, all of July, and all of August. That's 4
Okay, yes,
months.
you have time. We get it. Psycho.
Yeah, it's like you have 4 months to buy the console at the price it is now. If you don't, it's going up $50.
Man, that shit was funny. When it was the Cuban and I were going on about the price jump, right?
Yeah.
Because my issue with that, and like I said, if it's just with the rate of inflation, then it is what it is. I just thought it was weird that they're like, "Oh, we need to raise prices on the Switch because of tariffs. Originally, it might not. We're going to have to raise the price because that. Okay, cool. That's when tariffs were much higher.
Yes.
Now the tariffs have been dropped. They're not gone, right? But they are lower compared to what they were. And they're like, oh, we have to raise them again. It's like, hold on, calm down, guys. You raised it once because of tariffs. Tariffs have now dropped and you're raising again. That's kind of fucked up. But now if it still goes on par with inflation,
But now
fuck it, it is what it is. Obviously, I like to fuck with you and I like to get you angry. Cuban came out with you're just, kissing Nintendo ass. And you're like, well, they said September. They gave us a notice.
yeah.
And that's where I was like, hey, I don't really know what's worse. The guy who's like, hey, I'm going to kick in this door and just steal your shit, or the guy who sits there and tells you, hey, in 3 months, I'm going to come and rob your ass, and then like torments you for 3 months, reminding you I'm going to come rob your ass, and then comes and robs your ass. Like, I don't know who's worse. It seems like Nintendo's doing right by giving you the heads up, but at the same time, there's like, we're going to fuck you. Like, they're just letting you know.
Yeah.
They're still going to do it.
And all the companies are raising prices now, not because of tariffs, but because of fuel costs, and also what Diaz said with the memory, right? Like, that's why the companies are raising it. But on one hand, you have Nintendo $50, and you have Sony $200, right? Like, here you go, it's like,
So
$200 more in 4 days. Nintendo's like, listen, $50 more in 4 months. How about that?
now I could be wrong. And obviously, like you said, fuel, oil, all this shit, because it's plastic, everything, right?
Yep.
There's variables.
Yep.
But I feel Nintendo's guys, you've got 4 months to make this change or know that the price change is coming. If anything, I feel that's more of we're letting you guys know that all this shit that's being produced right now is going up in price. So when all this shit is produced and in stores in 4 months, the price is going up. Whereas Sony and them are like, hey, this is going on. All the shit that we produced already that isn't affected by this, we're still going to raise the fucking price on you because the price is going up anyways. Like, that's fucked up.
But I mean, it's also funny because Sony's not doing it across the board. They didn't raise the price of their PlayStation Portal because they know they can't, because people aren't buying it.
Well, yeah, why would they raise the price on something that's not selling anyways?
My thing is, if your argument is that you have to raise the prices because production costs have gone up and you have to cover that cost, and whether an item is selling or not, that item should be going up in price.
Unless
if your argument is we can't afford to produce at this price anymore, that's why we're raising it. It's like, well, why aren't you raising it across the board then? You're raising prices on your controllers, you're raising prices on the different levels of your console, the digital only, the disc-based.
Psycho. That's because chances are, like, I'm not in their corporate office, so I can't say that this is why. But chances are they've already within their company, they've probably already written off that piece of shit as a loss. Like, it just is what it is. It's a loss. If we raise the price, it's still a loss. So who gives a shit? Just don't focus on raising the price on the stuff we know is not a loss, which is accessories, the new systems, the current systems that are selling. That's probably why they haven't raised the price, because they're like, it's not going to sell anyway. So why even waste the time on having all these companies redo their signage, and it's not going to sell anyways. It's a loss. Oh well.
I mean, I can tell you right here, if the new generation of consoles releases at $1,000, I'm out. I will not be getting an Xbox when it comes out. I will not be getting a PlayStation when it comes out. I'm not, for $1,000, I'm not doing it. I am perfectly happy with my Nintendo Switch. It looks great on the TV. I can take it with me when I go places. Like, I am perfectly content with that if that's what I end up getting. Their online service is slowly getting a little bit better, so I can be good, especially
and it's weird, especially with like Nintendo, right? First of all, Nintendo's not going to be $1,000 the new system. Like it just won't be, right? So that's not a great example because it won't be that.
Well,
But
no, Nintendo's not coming out with it. They just came out with it last year. The next generation is going to be whatever the next Xbox and the next PlayStation are.
right, no, I'm just saying. But you're using it. Oh, my Nintendo looks great. Yada, all this, right?
Yeah.
A new Nintendo system, even one that comes out in 4 years, I don't see it being $1,000. Like I just don't see that happening, right? But possibly with the PlayStation and maybe an Xbox, because Nintendo, even then, you wouldn't have to worry because if they figure out a way to that you can still play even the new games on your old system through their online thing, then you'll be golden, right?
Yeah.
But what they're going to get and what they've always done, because there's been plenty of times where it's like this game could have came out on the old system, but they waited till the new system. They make sure that they use IPs and games to fuel the people buying the new system as well.
Absolutely.
Right? And that'll be the only thing that gets it. Like it hasn't worked on me for Borderlands 4, but that would be the example of why I would go for something. Oh, I want to play the new Borderlands. Now I need a new system. And I'd get suckered in, right?
But it's also because you don't do a lot of gaming as it is.
Goddamn right I don't.
There was a time that GTA would rope you in. But then GTA 5 came out and you bought it originally and you didn't like a lot of the changes and you never returned to it. Even though a lot of that stuff that you didn't like is gone now. Like,
I don't care.
They don't do that stuff. No, my point is...
You have one chance at your first impression. You give me a bad first impression, I'm gone.
My point is, right, so for you are not into gaming the way that you were once upon a time and the way that a lot of us are now. Like, you can take it or leave it. You don't care. For me, right, like, if Borderlands is your game, then for me, that would be Legend of Zelda. And if a new Legend of Zelda game was coming out, come hell or high water, I'm going to find a way to play it. Like, if I got to buy a new console to play it, it is what it is. But because of your stance with gaming, it's kind of like you can be like, yeah, I'm not buying a new console to play this. I don't need to play it.
Well, because then you have the current game I'm constantly playing right now is Borderlands, the pre-sequel. Like, a game that came out, almost 20 years ago is the game I'm currently playing, right? No, but it's like 12 years ago, like maybe 15.
No, 20 years sounded wild.
What console you using?
I was like, hold on, maybe not. But no, it's...
What console you using on that?
Xbox One.
Xbox One?
How long ago did Xbox One come out?
2012, 2013, something like that.
So even that's 13 years ago for that.
Yeah, the pre-sequel came out in 2014, so it's been 12 years.
So 12 years. Like, I'm playing a game that's 12 years old. Like, and I'll play because I've never played it, so I'm just it's a new game for me. I'm just catching up on it, right? So it's like, I'm good. But even thinking back recently, I was going through one of my boxes I found with a bunch of my old video games in it. Like, I only ever had like maybe 10 GameCube games. NES games, I had like 6 or 7. Like, I've never been one to buy a bunch of video games. Like, I find the games I want to play, I get those games, and that's it. I don't play just like a bunch of random and try random shit usually. Like, there's got to be a reason why I try a new game. Like Borderlands, you guys all got it, so I got the game to play it with you guys, right? I didn't give a shit about it, but I enjoyed it when we first played it all together. But all the systems, like, I don't think I've ever had more than like 10 games on any system I've ever owned. I think the most I have right now might have been Xbox 360, and that's because I was finding games on clearance. I was like, oh, I'll try that, and because I was getting them for $5-10, right? But like for new game purchases, like I barely ever buy games in general, so that's why I was like, yeah, I'm good on not jumping to the next systems now to possibly buy 2 games. Like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, no, and I mean, and I'm the opposite. So, like, I have somewhere between 200 and 300 NES games, like 150 Super Nintendo games, 100 N64 games. I think, like 70 something GameCube games.
Yeah, it's a sickness.
Yeah, and for Switch games, I have like 50 of them or some shit. Like, and that doesn't include the digital ones. I'm talking about just the physical games. So it's, yeah, I mean, but again, that's kind of where my extra money goes to, vacations in the Alps with the Swedish royalty and shit like that.
You're taking these shots at me when I've done none of that.
That's a lie. That's a damn lie.
I don't even know where the fucking Alps are. If you give me a globe, I could find it, but Jesus Christ.
Your other address is the French Riviera. What the fuck are you even talking about? I know exactly what's going on.
Never fucking been. Man goes out of the country one time and all of a sudden I'm a world traveler. Jesus.
One time every month. I get it. I understand. I gotcha.
I can count how many times I've been out of this country on one hand.
Today?
Today, yeah. I went out of the country 5 times today.
So I don't own any modern console anymore. I only have.
I was about to ask, like, what are you playing, or like?
I cut off at Xbox 360.
Damn.
And I haven't bought a new console since. Now I'm trying the Xbox Game Pass. So I had it for a while last year, and then they decided to, jam up the prices.
Yep.
So I cut it off. And then I was like, last month they dropped the prices again. Like, okay. And I went to, like, they had like a little try me. And it's like for $1 to try for a month. Like, let me try it again. Now it's cheaper. And they offer the cloud gaming. If you ever that experience, it's really cool. It's like having like my laptop is not a good laptop for gaming, but using the cloud gaming, it's pretty good because it runs the game in the cloud. Doesn't tax the resources on the laptop, and it runs fairly good. I ran a few games, like what it was called. It was that space game that was really good last year. It was I don't know what it's called, but I did run Fortnite. It runs on the cloud, I think, or not.
I have no idea.
But I did run the newer
watch
TMT
Fortnite
ones. Fortnite, not good.
No, I've tried to watch it. Like Joe, who comes on the cat, he plays Fortnite on TikTok, and I've hopped into his lives a few times to watch. And there's so much shit going on in that game at one time that, like, my fucking attention span and
it is
what's going, like, it's just too fucking much. Like,
it is a very hectic game.
My ADHD can't keep up, and I'm like, this is fucking horrible. He's like shooting shit, building shit, killing this, jumping over. I'm like, what the fuck? No. And then to know that I'll try and play, and then I'll get owned and hear like a 6-year-old laugh at me. No, I'm good. I don't need that. That'll just hurt my soul.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what's interesting, and Diaz brought this up, like Xbox increased their Game Pass. They're like, oh, okay, games are releasing day one on Game Pass, so we're going to raise the price of it. And people were like, whoa. No, we're not doing that. And they started canceling subscriptions. And then
yeah, I need to cancel mine.
And then Microsoft's like, whoa, sorry, no, we'll fix this. We apologize. That was our bad. Essentially, right after Microsoft was like, hey, you know what? We hear you. Sorry. Sony's like, oh, you're lowering your prices back down. Well, guess what? We're raising the price on our service. What do you think of that? And it's like, these companies don't pay attention to one another. It was literally like a couple of days after Microsoft was like, oh, we heard your feedback. Sorry, we'll put the price back. Sony's like, not today. I don't get it.
I mean, these companies know what they can get away with, right? For the most part. Like, they know what their fans are. They know you have a lot of people who are, Sony stans.
Yep.
Who will die by Sony, will absolutely pay and defend the price hikes. Like, oh, you're just too cheap to play. You're not a real fan. Like, they know they have those people, and they can do that, and they take full advantage of it.
I mean, and I think that's a nice segue into the next part of the video game topic that I wanted to have, which is
Shell's ready in the cast. Go ahead.
And that's this idea that in addition to things getting more expensive, right? Game companies are kind of offering us less. So I don't want to say that remakes are a new trend because they've been doing them for the last couple of generations, but now we're getting more remakes, it seems like, than we're getting new games.
That's our fault.
A perfect example of that is like, look what's going on with Resident Evil. They're just pumping out remakes of the original games, and it's because it's cheaper in the long run, right? Hey, we already have this game. We've already developed the story. We already know what we can do. Let's increase the graphics. let's make it more cinematic, and we can stretch it over several games because we can expand it, right? All the stuff that we had to cut out because we didn't have the money to make it when we first released the game, we'll put all that stuff back in, and we're going to expand it, and then it's going to be, instead of one game, it's going to be 3 games, and we're going to charge full price for each of them, and it doesn't really take much from us, and people are going to buy it.
Well, I mean, isn't that what DVDs and Blu-rays have been doing for years? When after after a few, it's like, oh, here's a director's cut. Oh, here's the unedited cut. Here's this cut. Here's the cut. Everything off the floor is put back in. An extra 45 minutes of movie. Like, it's the same shit they've been doing. They're just doing it in video games now. But to go off what you were saying, though, I think the reason they're doing that, obviously, like you said, it's cheaper for them to do this and that, easy money. But the only people you could really blame for that would be the fans, right? Because it's been shown amongst majority of areas of I guess enjoyment or passion or whatever the fucking word you want to use for it, whether it be toys, comics, movies. Nostalgia is a very serious thing that people buy on. Like, people will buy something off of nostalgia before they buy something new a lot of times. So they know if they can hit that nostalgia button with a classic game, they're gonna fucking sell it, and they do it for less. They know people are gonna buy it, and people do. It's been proven that nostalgia is a very high selling point.
Sure, but I think it's deeper than that, right? I think it's obviously nostalgia plays into it, but there's also this idea that a lot of the new games that come out, right? So I'm going to give you an example of a game franchise that doesn't have very many games in the franchise, and I think it fits perfectly with what I'm talking about. Let's look at the reaction to Red Dead 1, right? When that game released, I think 14 years ago or whatever it was.
I hate that game.
Red Dead 1 was amazing. I don't even know what you're talking about.
You ruined it for me.
I'm sure I didn't. Anyhow.
You absolutely did.
I'm sure I did. Absolutely. I'm sure I did. Anyhow.
100%. I want to help me guys get the gold gun. Help me get the gold gun. We all help you. Then when everybody wants to get the gold gun, you're like, fuck you. I'm not helping you guys do shit. Yeah, you ruined that game.
No, I don't think so. Anyhow, when the game came out, it was a ton of fun and people loved it. The story mode was great. It was almost universally praised as one of the greatest video games ever released. And there was so much hype with that game to have a sequel. And the sequel eventually comes out, right? But instead of giving us a sequel, they gave us a prequel. So they gave us a story that nobody needed to buy into because everybody already knew who was going to live and who was going to die. Because in the first game, you're hunting down the members of your gang that are still alive. So when you do the prequel, if you didn't hunt those characters down in the first game, you know they didn't survive. But worse than that, instead of following the formula that they followed in the first game, they released a game where the online monetization changes were also implemented in the single player. And so while there was no pay-to-win option in single player story mode, when they built the game, they built it around being able to charge people more money for stuff when they play online, and they left that in the single player. And so it ruined the game. And so people started getting mad. And I think that when people look at a remake, they're like, oh, well, I grew up with this game, right? I know what they're going to do and what they're not going to do. I'm not going to have to worry about all this. Is the game done? Is there going to be more of this? Is there going to be more of that? Like, is it going to be pay to win?
I mean, I guess I see where you finally, I'm trying to follow your point. Like, where the fuck are you going with it? Now you brought it around. Okay. So I see what you're saying.
And so, and for the most part, the remakes that have come out so far have followed that design, except for, Sony and Final Fantasy VII, which you take one game, it was one game, they've now stretched it over 3 games, right? Like you have part 1, part 2, and part 3 of one game, and the game is not. And I haven't played it, but based on what I've heard people say, the game is not complete. They just cut it at certain points so they could charge you the full $80 for the game and then release part 2 and charge you another $80 for it. And it's nuts.
Yeah, no, that's excessive.
Is that released like in a digital form, or do you have to buy
physical and digital?
Man, they raking it.
Again, like Chris said, nostalgia. People will pay for it. Like if Final Fantasy VII is your favorite game, you're going to be like, "Ooh, I get three games of this. Absolutely, I'm going to do it. $80 a game. Shit, yeah, I'm going to do it anyway."
So, the thing that your previous rant, the one thing I want to touch on is your whole it's a prequel, it's useless. That argument's null and void, right? Because then it's like any movie that has a prequel is a piece of shit, shouldn't have been made, right? Like because you already know it's going to happen because you saw the first one.
So right there.
No, but like to sit there and be like, oh, we don't need to play a prequel game because we know the story from the first game. You know that these people died. You know what's going to happen, right? Now you might see things that have fun visually, the build up to it, but you know where the story goes. Which then that could be used to get for fucking the shitty Star Wars movies that came out in the 90s. Like, well, we know where that was leading, so who gives a fuck? Like,
so the argument that I made was not
who cares?
That wasn't the argument that I made.
But you did say that, though.
No, I said that, but that's not the argument I was making.
No, I was just touching on what you said, though. That you did say that. Like, I just don't agree with that. But I'm just touching back.
Yeah, because
I understood where your argument eventually went.
No,
you were saying.
I'm talking specifically about what you're saying. I said when the first game came out, everybody thought the story was amazing, and they said it was one of the greatest games of all time. So then
people said Star Wars was amazing, one of the greatest movies ever. Okay.
Yeah. So when the sequel came out, and there was no story like in the first game, because there was no need to have a story like that because everybody knew what was going to happen, it ruined it for a lot of people. That was the argument that I made. Like a lot of people went into this franchise not knowing anything about it with the first game, falling in love with the story and the characters, only to have the story elements of the game essentially destroyed when the next game came out because they didn't care about the story. They cared about the money that they could charge people to play. That's the argument that I was making with the story. It was like the game was well known for its story, and then with the sequel, they're like, fuck it, we don't need to do this. We're making it a prequel. It's not a big deal. Let's just focus on making as much money on people as we can.
Well, that's where I would argue that's exactly what Star Wars did. But that's a different franchise, a different genre, a different media for another time. But that's what they did with the 90s Star Wars. Like, those shits. I'm not a Star Wars fan, and I know them shits were bad. Like, I bust balls about the original trilogy, but the 90s trilogy, in comparison, is horseshit. Fucking Jar Jar Binks. Like, come on. Crap. But okay. I guess I still think the whole idea, though, about the games and the remakes that they keep putting out, right? I still think that the majority of that's fault is the fans for the nostalgia factor. They keep buying the shit over and over again. If they're gonna buy it, they're gonna make it.
Yeah.
If you make it, the nerds will pay for it.
The Spider-Man games. How many remakes that make of those? Sony's made all those remakes of the Spider-Man games.
Well, I mean, we haven't gotten that many remakes. We got the original one on PlayStation 4. Then we got the actual remake, which was packaged with the like special edition of Miles Morales. That was the only way you could get it at first. So if you bought the day one launch edition of Miles Morales for the PS5, you got the remake of the first Spider-Man game, and then you got Spider-Man 2. So you really haven't had that many remakes. You want to talk remakes with Sony, then we need to talk Last of Us, right? Like, how many times did they release that freaking game, right? You had it released on the PS3, and then you had it released on the PS4, and then you had a remake of it on the PS4, and then you had a remake of it on the PS5.
I'll say this right now. I'm just going to say it, and I swear to God, if it happens, I'm going to be pissed. But if somebody releases a remake of Predator fucking Hunting Grounds, yeah, Concrete Jungle, I'm gonna kill somebody because I'm gonna have to buy whatever system so I can play that fucking game because my original one was fucking stolen essentially. I cannot find a new one to just even have in my fucking collection.
I don't think that we're gonna get a remake of that game, but I will tell you, and not to make it a joke or anything, I will tell you that there's been a lot of talk recently about doing a game in that style again, not a remake, but like I mean, maybe a sequel, but there are a lot of developers who believe that you could create a game like that now and it would sell. That the technology would allow you to do that game and it wouldn't be all janky and have problems loading and everything else. And there are people that are talking about game development studios that are talking about doing that.
Okay. Well, hopefully they don't. So if they do, at least hopefully they make it for I can play it on Xbox One because I don't want to buy a new system for fucking Predator. Hot Squid Summer said this, and I'm trying to understand what the NTM stands for, or maybe I'm just not young enough.
I don't know what it stands for either. So,
Diaz, you're younger than us.
No, I'm not.
Really? I feel like you are. God damn it.
No, I'm way older than I'm look.
3 DS.
47.
Okay.
Get the fuck out of here.
Is that true?
Yeah.
So you're older
Jesus
than
Christ. Not older than Joe.
Lord.
Joe's like ancient, but Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, dude, you look young as fuck. See? NTM means not too much. Okay. Thank you. Now I feel really old because I probably should have known that.
Learn something new every day, huh?
I mean, you should know it. Your field that you're in, like, you should have like some type of idea of the children's lingo these days.
No, I don't pay attention to that. I don't want to know that stuff. I want them to answer the questions that I ask them, and I want them to do that in an intelligent manner. I don't need to know their lingo. That's crazy.
So I guessing you're a teacher?
Yep.
Okay.
Hot Squid Summer in the chat is one of my former students. She just graduated college, and she's in game design now.
All right, cool.
That's awesome.
Hey, so design a game that isn't expensive as fuck and make it about Predator and put it on the Xbox One so I don't have to buy a new system. Thank you, Hot Squid Summer.
She designs PC games.
All right, put it on a PC. As long as I don't have to like buy like a $7,000 computer to play it, I'd appreciate that. Or else I'll be like Tony and watching people on YouTube play video games, which is weird.
Yeah.
But
make a Wheezy edition and make it super expensive and have everything in it. Then you have to buy it.
I mean, compared to me, 24 is a child. 24, you could be my child. So yes, children.
Is that accurate? I was saying, is that accurate?
I mean, I don't see why not.
I guess if you had a child of 17, like, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Do you not remember, like, in 9th grade, there was fucking, like, girls already pregnant?
I don't pay attention to that stuff, man.
That's right, you don't like girls. I forgot. So, yeah, but yes, absolutely. Damn. All right. Well, you got anything else on this topic while,
No, I mean,
apparently your students taking notes and gonna rape us with gaming?
Great Wheezy edition. Yeah, it'd be great. No, I mean, it's just, I think if remakes are done properly, they're not necessarily a bad thing. Although, like I said, I'm concerned, and again, I already pointed it out, but the precedent that's being set with Final Fantasy VII's remake, like, why do we need to spend $240 for a game that came out, 25, 26 years ago for $50 and was done? Right? Like now, 25 years later, you're doing a remake and you're charging $250, essentially $80 a part, and you have 3 parts. Like, that's crazy.
So is it being produced by Square?
Yeah, Square Enix for Sony. Yeah.
So like the only thing I could think of just in that I could try and put in my world, right? Because I'm more into movies and everything, even though I think this movie sucks as well, would be like Lord of the Rings. Like when it first came out, you had like this one, but then like they released the other edition where it's like an extra 2 hours of film. Like they made like each movie, if you get the special editions, like 4 or 5 hours a piece or some shit.
I mean, the last one is 4 hours, like Return of the King, and the first one, where Fellowship of the Ring, is like 3 hours, the extended edition. But yeah, overall, all 3 extended editions, you are at 12 hours of movie.
Yeah, you do that, and then I imagine each when they came out with those editions, they were probably like $60, maybe.
I mean, I don't remember them costing that much. I remember them being about $20 when they came out, and they did come out with the theatrical version as well, so you didn't have to buy them separately.
Gotcha. All right, because that's why I'm like, that's the only thing I could picture, like where they release it again, and it's just so much bigger across so many more discs or whatever for whatever reason. but that's no. I mean, Final Fantasy sucks also, so I just don't like shit. I guess because Star Wars, Final Fantasy, Lord of the Rings, like fuck all those things.
Yeah, you've become old.
I've never liked those things. I guess I've always been old.
You only like the things that you want to like, and you don't want to try anything new.
First of all, that's bullshit. That's why I travel, because I try new things. Oh, I travel every month, right? Because I'm trying new shit.
I mean, I don't know if it's that or your wife is saying we're doing this, and you're just like, okay. So
I try new things all the time. That's why I have such a good palate. I like trying new foods. I try new things all the time. You're trying to insult me. Also, Star Wars sucks. So like, it's just, I'm sorry.
Where's Che when you need him?
Stoking him, man. I don't know. Yeah. So, okay. I mean, I got nothing else on that. I think you got some valid points, and I can see your concern. I love playing devil's advocate against you.
I just, like I said, I'm only concerned about this stuff because I really enjoy gaming, and the idea that it could go away or become so overpriced that I can no longer participate in it is a concern, right? And everything is going that way, right? Like when you and I were in high school, you could get a ticket to the Dolphins game for $30. That same ticket now, if you were to buy it, is almost $400.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that either because the Dolphins suck.
I mean, they stopped the Bears from being undefeated. That's all I can say.
Yeah, back in the 80s.
Yeah, when the Bears were a better team and the Dolphins still stomped them. I get it.
Back in the 80s. 40 years ago, they were good.
That's
okay.
Right.
You're going to get butthurt about the Dolphins, but every year all I hear is, that's it, I'm fucking done. They fucking suck. I hate them.
See, I'm
not watching football anymore.
I'm allowed to say they suck because I'm a fan. That's just like
I can say they suck because I just look at the stats. They suck.
You're allowed to say that Alien 3 sucks because you're a fan.
No, I say that because it sucks. But there is, because you brought it up, and I have to look it up. Apparently, a bunch of fans got together and they made Alien 3 Legacy Edition.
God.
Where they kind of like recut, re-edited, and repaced a lot of the movie. And people said that it completely changes the movie and actually makes it good. Like, it fits the story better, like they do it. So I'm going to have to watch this and sit through Alien 3 to see if it actually makes Alien 3 enjoyable.
Yeah, I did see that. They made like a super cut.
Yeah, they went through and took out like a bunch of the trash things, re-edited, repasted it, and just apparently made it a smoother movie, a better viewing and a better story. So
it sounds like the edited version they made of Spider-Man 3 that I never watched. I own it, but I've never seen it.
But like that was like an official release?
Yeah, it came out when they released it on 4K. It's called the Editor's Edition.
So like the Snyder Cut. Gotcha.
The whole movie is recut and repaced, and there's been a lot of changes, but I've never sat down to actually watch it. But apparently it's very, very good compared to the other film.
Yeah, so I'll have to watch the Legacy Edition, because if it makes me like Alien 3, that'd be great. Because Alien 3 sucks. And anybody who disagrees with me probably sucks too.
Didn't some Cuban guy say that it didn't suck?
No, Tony.
Okay.
And
I knew it was somebody podcast once was like, no, that there's nothing wrong with that movie.
It was Tony, and he notoriously sucks at times, so it's okay.
Man.
No, it's funny. Earlier when you were going on, I got a message from my sister-in-law. So she called. I texted her, like, hey, I'm on my cast. What's up? Because she only usually calls me if something's breaking at her house or something broke on her car. So I'm like, hey, what's up? She's like, no, she went to Japan recently because, our family's balling like that. Apparently we get to travel.
Yeah.
But she went to Japan, I guess on the flight back. She had started watching Prometheus.
Okay.
And she didn't finish it, and she just saw it was on Hulu, and she just finished Prometheus. But she didn't realize it was in the alien world until Covenant started right afterwards. And it had the same David, the android David in Covenant, and she realized that it was part of Aliens. So she was like calling me to like tell me that she was watching Alien movies. And she's like, but these are both really confusing. I might need cliff notes. And I'm like, yeah, I got you. Because like, but are you enjoying what you've seen? She's like, it's very confusing, but the sci-fi stuff is good. Like, okay, well, then we can work with this. So
yeah, I saw Prometheus and I enjoyed it, and I never got around to watching Covenant.
now watch Covenant. It's two movies in one. Like the first half of that movie is a sequel to Prometheus, and then the second half, the way it turns, it just basically turns into another alien movie, like a proper alien movie, and I enjoyed them.
Yeah, I mean, I heard good things. I just, like I said, I just never got around to watching it.
You guys watched the that recent movie with the girl and the android, the alien movie,
Alien Requiem.
something like that. And then they did this.
He's talking about the most recent Alien movie, Chris. I know you've
Yeah.
seen it. I don't remember what the
I'm trying to follow because he's like the girl and the android. Every alien movie has a girl and an android. That's why I'm trying to make sure we're talking about the same thing.
But then they did that TV series. Have you seen that one?
So they did Alien Earth, and I still haven't
Alien
gone
Earth.
past the third episode.
Burn.
Really?
And it's not because it's bad. The alien bothers me. He looks too natural. He doesn't look, because they're always very biomechanical.
Okay.
And in Alien Earth, from where I've seen the CGI they use, he looks too animalistic, like biological. There you go. Thank you. He looks too biological versus biomechanical.
Okay.
So I just can't get past it. And I want to watch it. I want to finish it because I was enjoying it, except for the fucking CGI alien was really pissing me off.
Yeah, it's a weird, interesting story.
Because at first when you talk about, when you were saying that the android, I thought maybe you were talking about the Predator movie where he's got the android with him. That's what I was trying to see where you're going with it.
That one I enjoyed. That was pretty good.
Badlands is awesome.
What was it called? That one?
Badlands?
Badlands? Yeah. That was the animated one, right?
No,
that was Hunters or Killers of Killers or
Killers of Killers. Oh, that was so good. That was really good. They should have made that in a live action.
And then Prey was also very good.
I will say, and I guess this means like I'm not a real Predator fan. That's what people online say. But
people online are stupid. Look at us.
But I will say that Prey and Predator Badlands are like right at the top of the Predator movies for me.
So anybody
go online and you say that, people are like, oh, it's because you don't like Predator, and that's because you don't know anything about Predator, and those movies suck. It's like, all right, well, I guess.
First of all, anybody who says those movies suck, especially anybody who says Badlands sucked, aren't actual Predator fans.
Yeah.
They are Predator movie fans, not Predator extended universe fans. They're not fans of the franchise, they're fans of the movies. Because anybody who's seen Badlands and sees the original Predator and Predator 2, completely different things, right? Predator, damn near a horror movie. Predator 2 is damn near a sci-fi horror movie. Badlands is a sci-fi adventure. And you have the Predator as a good guy. People who watch the original Predator movies, he's an alien, he's a bad guy. We fight like he's a monster. So yeah, anybody who's like, oh, Badlands sucked, you've only watched the first couple Predator movies. You don't know that there's so much lore built that this type of story is normal in the comics, in the video games. Like, this is nothing new. This is what people wanted as fans. They finally delivered. And anybody who didn't like Prey, chances are they probably went online and they did the whole, oh, it's woke because it's a female. Like, and then you have to remind them, man, Aliens was about a female. Like, then they get pissed off. It's a different lady. Like, okay, got it. It's a brown female. That's the problem. I understand now. Like, it's stupid. Because Prey was amazing. I'll go on, and people online would also probably try and take my fucking Predator card, and they can kiss my white ass for it. But I'll say that I think I enjoy Badlands and Prey as an entire movie more than I enjoyed the original Predator. Like, I love the original Predator, but as Cuban and I had discussed, watching the original Predator now, the first 45 minutes is damn near snore fest. Like, the fucking movie is boring as shit until the Predator starts ramping shit up and he really becomes the threat. So at least in Badlands and in fucking Prey, the Predator's the threat. Like you get to enjoy the entire movies. Like it's much more enjoyable entire film versus the original Predator. I just prefer the original Predator because obviously it's the first, and the nostalgia hits that it's the cherry popper, right? Like it introduced me to my favorite franchise, or one of my favorite franchises. Well, this got into a Predator conversation out of video games.
Yeah,
I'm here. That could happen.
We just need Predator Concrete Jungle, the remake.
The remake. Wheezy edition.
Like, you know what? Don't even. And I enjoyed the Concrete. Go back to video games. Perfect. I loved Concrete Jungle. It was fun. I love majority of the Alien versus Predator games because a lot of them you saw first person through the Predator's eyes or the alien's eyes, or even at times if you want to be boring, you went and played this as the Marine, right? They were always really fun games. But when it comes to new games, I would really want a completely free roam Predator game. Give me just a sandbox. Let me go crazy in the city or in a jungle or different areas that I could travel to and have all the different types of experiences as a Predator. You know what I mean? Like, give me that. And then we're really honest because that's what Concrete Jungle was kind of doing because you had like more of the Spider-Man mechanics, right? Where you could swing around the city and but you had to still follow the storyline and all your little side missions as you're doing shit. Or also it's the same thing with
Sorry, no, I was looking up because you said you couldn't find Predator Concrete Jungle.
Yeah, exactly.
You can get it for $70 all day on the Xbox. If you want on the PlayStation, it starts at $200 and goes up to $500.
Jeez.
Yeah. And I would even consider buying it on the Xbox if the Xbox One would fucking be backwards compatible. I could play it again, but no. Yeah. Like I'd literally just be buying it for my collection. And at that point, I'll wait till I find it somewhere else eventually at a toy show or something for cheap. Like $70 for
I had no idea the PlayStation version was so expensive.
Yeah,
who took it from you?
This fucking asshole named Joe that I worked with at Boomers. He borrowed it. He's like, "Oh, let me borrow that game. I want to play it." I'm like, "Yeah, man, here, play it." And then it would turn into, "Hey, let me get the game back." After like a few weeks, "Oh yeah, it's at the house." And then, "Oh, I can't find it." "Oh, I found it. It was in my daughter's fake oven." And then he's like, "Now I can't find it again." And then after like 5 months, I was like, "Bro," he's like, "It's gone. I don't know where it is." I'm like, "You bastard." And for that, I wish him death, and we'll always wish him death. Yeah, Diaz, people steal from me certain things, I wish him death. Like, he stole that from me, I wish him death. Another kid back in high school, he was part of these kids, he was friends with these kids who stole my Dr. Dre and Bone Thugs CDs, I wish them death. If I saw him on fire, I wouldn't piss on him. So, there's that.
And the vindictiveness is crazy.
Things you don't fuck with me. Alien Predator, Bone Thugs. Like, don't fuck with me. I will hold the grudge for that shit. I'd feel bad now though if I went online and found out like that either of those people were dead. I'd be like, "Oh, that's kind of much," but I'm pretty sure they're both alive still, so I wish them dead.
Yeah, but no, I can't believe that game is that expensive now. That's crazy. I am curious why there's such a huge discrepancy between the Xbox and the PlayStation versions.
That I couldn't give you an answer on it as to why. I didn't realize that there was a discrepancy like that. I just thought they were all at the 200 mark.
No, I mean because I was just scrolling through eBay. The cheapest Xbox version that's listed on eBay right now is like $52 or best offer. The cheapest PlayStation 2 version is $200.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you. Every time I go to a toy show, every toy show I go to, people have video games now, so I always look. And do you guys have this? Nope, we haven't seen that one in a long time. Like, yeah. And then I get afraid of asking people because they're like, "Oh, if I see one, I'll let you know." But then they've looked it up, and then they want some ungodly amount. And I'm like, "Come on."
Yeah.
We're at a Florida toy show. Is fucking, is not fucking eBay and bullshit prices. Like, come on. I'm a vendor. Give me a deal. All right. So, you guys, anything else, Tiger? You want to start wrapping this up?
No, we can start wrapping it up. I'm good.
Okay, cool. Diaz, you sir, are you going to be at the toy show in Kissimmee?
Yes, we're gonna be at the Kissimmee Collector Fest.
Okay, and that is what, next week?
No, it's this Saturday.
This Saturday. Oh, I'll be
This
out of town.
Saturday, May 23rd, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
I'm surprised he's doing it this weekend because usually he gets all pissy if he does shows on holiday weekends. He doesn't like to do that.
Yeah. He was talking about that in his live yesterday. It's like that he booked it and he didn't realize it. It was there was
Oh,
a
yeah, that's
holiday.
right. He doesn't know what calendars are.
Yeah. So afterwards, he was like, "Oh crap, there's a holiday."
Hey Joe, it's Predator fucking Concrete Jungle. That's the game.
Where are you going to be this weekend, Chris?
I'm going to like Belize.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
No, we're going to Georgia. We're just going the state. We're not we're not going to the country. We're going to the state. We're just driving up to Georgia to go on the beach. So because what usually happens is that when we have like a 3-day weekend, we like to hit the beach and take the dogs with us.
Mm-hmm.
One of our dogs is bougie, apparently, that she doesn't go in the water at Florida beaches. She's afraid of Florida beach water. She will not go. Like if I pick her up and carry her, she'll start paddling, and as soon as I get her in the water, she just wants to get the fuck out. But when we go to Georgia, she's like a goddamn seal. She can't get out of the water. So something about Georgia waters she likes. So for the weekends, because we have like one of those timeshare type bullshits, whatever. We just set it up for the holidays. We go up to Georgia and then take the dogs and we go on the beach and have a great time. All because one dog is bougie.
Uh-huh.
But see, the timeshare part, I don't have to pay for the fucking hotel. That's how you get to go on these trips. You figure out ways to get the freeness. It's the freeness, baby.
He says
Well,
Georgia the state, but we all know it's Georgia the country.
yes, I'm going to book a flight for me, my wife, and my two dogs to fly to the country Georgia.
I love how
right?
you say book a flight like you don't have your own private jet. Like that's some bullshit right there.
Book a flight to Georgia to go to their beaches because I'm pretty sure the beaches in Georgia were probably quite shitty. It is landlocked,
It's
isn't
right.
it?
I mean, it's right on the Black Sea. It's supposed to be beautiful.
The Black Sea. Oh, is it? Like, man, my geography tour, I could have sworn was landlocked. No, all right,
No, it's on the coast. It's on the coast of the Black Sea.
gotcha. Okay, yeah, still that's I don't know.
So
But Joe,
the rest of your story fits it checks out, right? Like your dog is bougie and doesn't want the Atlantic Ocean, but it'll take the Black Sea, right?
it
Like
doesn't want Florida Ocean.
that makes sense.
Well, hold on, I'll correct myself. She was okay in the Keys. The Keys wasn't too bad. She was kind of cool in the Keys, but for Lauderdale Beach, fucking like Sarasota and shit over in Tampa area, you don't want that noise. Jacksonville, nah. Georgia though, she's a goddamn seal. Joe, it's for Xbox and PlayStation. Xbox 360 and PlayStation 2.
Yes, PlayStation 2 and Xbox One, and like the original Xbox.
Was the oh yeah, I'm sorry, original Xbox. I thought 360 for some reason.
No, it came
Yeah.
out. Predator Hunting Grounds came out, or Concrete Jungle rather, came out right. I think like 4 or 5 months before the Xbox 360 launched.
Gotcha. But yeah, so yeah, that's what'll be this weekend because my job we're closed Monday, so it's like 3-day weekend gone. So, are you going to be at the? I imagine because you are Lakeland Ghostbusters, you're going to be at the Lakeland show June 7th.
I don't think so.
That's awkward.
Yeah,
My bad.
I got another event.
Oh, okay,
on the
cool.
6th.
As I say that you fucked up, you weren't invited. It's fucked up.
So no. It was like he changed the date like last minute because I think he had another date for that show.
Yeah, I saw
like,
one of the thing keeps saying date changed and it says June 7th. So
yeah, so he changed it. So I have an event right on the 6th. It's Fandom Festival. It's gonna be at
in
the
Orlando.
No, this is gonna be in the Ridge Mall, Lakeland. I mean, it's Eagle Ridge Mall in Lake Wells.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, they're doing like some type of event. It's a
Have
free
fun.
event.
Fun at that.
Yeah.
I've been there a few times. Eagle Lake Mall or Eagle Ridge Mall, where the fuck they want to call it. That place is like a ghost town of stores.
It
Like,
is.
it's a dying mall.
It's a dime mall.
It is dying. The only good thing at that mall is like in their food court. They've got some bomb ass. There's like a bomb ass Puerto Rican place. Like there's like real
Yes.
restaurants in there, not just like
Puerto Rican place. Like there's like real
Yes.
restaurants in there, not just like
Whoa, hear myself again.
Whoa, hear myself again.
Joe, you're echoing.
Joe, you're echoing.
Hold
No.
on. I had to jump on. Hold on. Let me get rid of the echo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
2 seconds.
No.
Two.
Is it gone?
Yes. No. Fuck you, Joe.
I had it in my garage, sitting in a junk drawer, in a
You-
junk box.
You commie bastard.
Is that what you're looking for?
It is.
Yes.
All right, we'll talk.
Yes. All right. You're not a commie bastard
I don't
anymore.
even have an Xbox anymore.
You're a beautiful man.
It was in my junk box in the garage, marked garage sale.
Oh, I'll give you garage sale prices for that all day.
Yeah, $250. I see.
No, that's
No, that's not the PlayStation copy. Calm down.
No,
PlayStation's $250.
let me
But
know.
go ahead, Joe. No.
Let me know.
Yeah, no, for sure.
What else you got in that garage sale box, Joe?
I don't know.
Fuck.
I don't know. Once you said it, I'm like, wait, I remember seeing that cover, and I ran out there. I don't know.
Joe's like, honey, get the stuff. We're going to the garage.
I knew exactly where it was too. It took me like 20 seconds to find it.
God damn it.
Yeah, it's been there probably for at least a couple of years, just sitting in the box.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk.
Doesn't
Well,
even have
yes.
a scratch on it.
Motherfucker, I thought you were about to say, I even have a scratch and hold up a goddamn Ninja Turtle scratch.
No, dude never answered me though. I tried to get the accessories for you guys, but he never answered or read my message.
What a dick.
That's what I said.
But yeah, so the Lake Wales, it's a dime mall. So, I mean, I don't know what your event's going to be out there, but have fun. That might be very slow.
We'll see. I don't know.
So
Like, Spirit Halloween could take over that whole mall. Like, it's
They
fucking
could.
died. There's a movie theater there, which is good. And then there's like a bowling thing, like one of those arcade bowling things. There's one of those there, which is cool, but everything else is done. What's up, Psycho?
I'm trying to find out if this is accurate, but it looks like you can play Concrete Jungle on disc on an Xbox 360 console.
God
I think
damn it.
so.
I have a 360 still. Don't know where the fuck it is, but I got one.
You can play original Xbox on 360s.
Can you?
Oh, but
Yeah,
it'll
so-
work on my 360 because I have the Elite, don't I? The black one.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so it'll work on any Xbox 360 as long as that Xbox 360 is using an official hard drive, because it runs off an emulator. So when you put it in, if you don't already have the backward compatibility emulator installed in your console, it will install it quickly, and then you can play it. But that is how you could play the Xbox version.
All right. Good to know. So, yes, Joe will talk because I want to play my game.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it's in my garage box, so whatever you want. I'll just keep it on my desk here. We'll figure it out.
All right. Yes. Cool. Well, Joe, thanks for hopping in at the last minute and
Yeah, no worries.
making my day.
I figure one Joe ruin your day, might as well make it up.
Yeah, fuck that, Joe.
Redeem the name.
Yes, good job. Joe's
least-
Joe's everywhere. Thank you. I still wish him death though, but not you.
Oh, that's all right. Sure. I have friends like that owe me stuff still. I get it.
Here's another thing for you to know, Chris, not that it matters. Apparently the Xbox version is the definitive way to play Concrete Jungle. The visuals are better, sharper textures, better lighting, no frame rate drops during combat, and the controller is laid out. The controls on the controller are laid out better than the controls on the PlayStation 2 version.
Keeps getting better.
Everybody online says that's the definitive way to play that game.
It's weird that then the PlayStation one's the more expensive version. You think the better version would be the more expensive one?
I think it's because, again, according to what I read online, less of the PlayStation versions were produced than the Xbox versions.
That's my life. So, Joe, since you came in, do you want to plug your TikTok? Because you be playing games on TikTok.
I be playing games on TikTok. Yeah, I don't know. Jindelic 187 or Parzival Zero Cool both get you there. But I play some various games. I got a fan base growing, and yeah, I was gonna get on here in a little bit and stream for a couple hours. So probably Fortnite or something.
Damn.
They keep throwing gifts at me. I
Throw it
don't
all
know.
over your face.
Yeah, just throw it all over. I had some Galaxy the other day and a Koopa Bear. I don't know what the heck they are, but it just see my money go up. So
I mean,
yeah,
Yeah,
I'll take it.
I was telling Chris I got to get involved in that. I got to start streaming some games on consoles, though.
Yeah, do it. You need a capture card for the PC. They're like $50, and then you hook up your Xbox or PlayStation to it and stream on the computer. Yeah, simple stuff.
yeah, because I was telling him, I'm like, bro, like you could sit there and if he gets him and a few other people, they could all hop in and they could all play against each other, but still stream together. Each one do their own stream. Like everybody just kind of hear the conversation and they can really go and have a good time.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been a fun adventure. I'm at 2,200 followers now and climbing, and I got some constants that come in every night and just dump money on me. So I'll take it.
I want to stream some old games, though, like some N64 games.
I streamed Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, the arcade version, the other night, and I had like 100 people watching me play that. And I played the whole start to finish. You know, it's fake quarters because it was a MAME emulator, and I must have dropped like $100 in quarters just to get to the end. But it was hilarious playing such an old game. It wouldn't make it in today's world. Like some of the bosses, if you Google them, just would not pass any type of control or PSA. Just wow. Like I'm like, what is this that I'm fighting? You know, with a hydraulic phallic. I'm like, what? You know, on a Michael Jackson game of all games. But yeah, so yeah, streaming is fun. You get into it, let me know. I'll help out.
Yeah, no, but I have that that new N64 that came out recently, and I think hooking that up and streaming some of the old N64 games would be a good time.
Yeah, 100%. People like watching that old stuff just get run, and they've never seen it before. Yeah. I was trying to do Zelda. What was it? The Majora's Mask.
Okay.
I was trying to play that one the other night, and I'm horrible at it. But
of the two, Ocarina of Time was the way to go. That one's
okay. Good to know.
There you go. So, on that note, just want to thank people for showing up. Even though we're down to one person in chat, it's probably Joe. It's probably
Might
Joe.
be still. No, I'm not on there no more.
Okay, well, whoever's in chat, thanks for sticking around. But yeah, no, thanks everybody for coming out, shooting the shit, partaking, listening to us ramble on about video game prices and being a bunch of pores, and then our detour to Alien and Predator nonsense. And then thanks, Joe, for saving my day. You didn't save the other Joe's life, but you saved other Joe's names.
That's it. That's what matters.
So thank you to that. Oh,
no worries.
Thanks, Hot Squid Summer. Good night. Diaz, thank you for coming by, brother, and hanging out.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, man, of course. And then Psycho, thank you, sir, for doing what Psycho does and actually partaking tonight. Thank you. Good times. So next week, I do not have a topic for next week yet. Are we? No, we did a movie like 2 weeks ago, so we're not at a movie yet. But we'll do something. We'll figure out next week within the next couple days, and we'll put up advertisement for it. But yeah, so thanks everybody. Catch y'all later. Like, subscribe, all that bullshit. Go follow Joe and watch him play with himself. Cool? All right.
All right, Tony. See you later.
Okay.
Sorry.